Hello everyone, myself Mayuri Mohite. Today we are here to discuss about Standard 12th Board Preparation Tips in subject of Chemistry. So, students, as you know, your chemistry paper for HSC Board is of 100 marks, which gets subdivided into 70 plus 30. Your 70 marks belongs to theory and your 30 marks belongs to practicals. So, here let us first uh, discuss about your practical examination for your HSC boards. Here, these 30 marks are subdivided into three questions, where question number one is very much compulsory to you. Question number one contains two questions. In that, question number 1A is of journals with 5 marks, and question number 1B is with the Viva again for the 5 marks. After that, question number 2 of your practical examination is a compulsory question again, which contains volumetric analysis question. Then question number 3, here various options you may find. Question number 3, you may get large practical, long practical directly of 10 marks. Either you will get two practicals in which one will be a short experiment of 6 marks and one will be a activity of 4 marks. So this is about your practical examination. Now let us start with your theory examination, which is of 70 marks. Yeah, so students, this is our syllabus in chemistry. If you are observing, overall 16 chapters are there in our syllabus. So let us start with the weightage of each of the chapter. Here, our first chapter, solid state in physical chemistry with 5 marks. After that, the next chapter, solution, having marks with option that are 6. Then next is the ionic equilibria, again having weightage of 6 marks. Very important chapter of chemistry, that is chemical thermodynamics, having weightage of 8 marks. Very important chapter in physical chemistry. After that, next chapter is electrochemistry with the weightage of 7 marks. Again with the more weightage in chemistry, again comes under the physical chemistry only. Next, it is chemical kinetics with the weightage of 6 marks. After that, again very much important chapter under the inorganic chemistry, that is elements of group 16, 17, 18 with the weightage of 8 marks. Then next is the transition and inner transition element with inorganic chemistry with the weightage of 8 marks. Chapter number 9 is coordination compounds with the weightage of 7 mark again. Halogen derivative, which is a chapter of organic chemistry with the weightage of 7 mark. After that, alcohol, phenols and ether is with the weightage of 6. Then aldehyde, ketones and carboxylic acid, very much important chapter under the organic chemistry with the weightage of 8 marks. Next is the amines with the weightage of 4 marks. Biomolecules, introduction to the polymer chemistry, green chemistry and nanochemistry, all these chapters with the weightage of 4 marks. So this is our syllabus with the 16 chapters. As you know, our total paper is of 70 mark and with option it is of 98 mark. Here, as I said, most important chapters are chapter number 4, after that chapter number 5, then chapter number 7, chapter number 8, then it is coordination compounds, chapter number 9, then halogen derivatives, and aldehyde, ketones, and carboxylic acid. These are the chapter with the most weightage in your chemistry HSC board question paper. Let us discuss about our paper pattern for the examination. So, as we know, this is of 70 mark paper. Total duration for the paper is 3 years. This question paper of chemistry gets subdivided into 4 sections. Let us discuss with the sections. Section A, Section B, Section C and Section D. Here our Section A is containing 2 questions. Question number 1 contains 10 multiple choice of questions carrying 1 mark each. These all are MCQ type of questions. Here, on the basis of study of previous 5 to 6 year question papers, you may find 8 questions of theory with 2 numericals in your question number 1, that is MCQs. After that, section A, question number 2 contains 8 very short answer type of question. Again carries 1 mark each. These are very short answer type of questions. Here you may find 7 theory questions with 1 numerical. After that, let us go with next, that is section B. It contains 12 short answer type of question carrying 2 mark each. Here you get option, that is to attempt any 8. Okay, here among these 12 questions, you may find 10 questions of theory and 2 of numericals. Here, from section B to section D, you get a choice to attempt like questions which you find easy. Section A is compulsory. Now section C again contains 12 short answer type of question carrying 3 mark each. Here again, as I said, you have a choice among 12 to attempt any 8. Again, here you find 10 theory questions plus 2 numericals. And our section D contains 5 long answer type of questions carrying 4 mark each. Again, as I said, you have an option to choose any 3 question among 5. Here, from these 5 questions, you will find mostly you get only 1 numerical for 2 marks. So, in the overall question paper, numericals are included in each of the section and maximum marks to the numericals are given as 12 to 15 marks. So this is about our paper pattern for chemistry. Now let us go with the weightage to the types of questions. As I said, there are 4 sections and among that section is compulsory. B, C, D, you get a choice to solve as per your convenience. So type of question in section A, MCQs with very short. Here in the MCQs, compulsorily you need to attempt all the 10 MCQs under question number 1 for 1 mark each. So overall weightage to the question 1 is 10 marks. Question 2 of section A, again with the 1 mark each. Compulsorily you need to attempt all the 8 questions under question 2. Here you are expected to write answer in one word, either in one sentence. Again, this is with 8 marks. So section A total is for 18 marks. After that, this is your section B. It is short answer type A questions, 2 marks each. Starts with question number 3, ends with question number 14. Overall section is of 24 marks. Among these questions, you are expected to attempt any 8. So here, this is for 16 marks. From 24, your attempt required is for 16 marks. After that, this is section C. Again, short answer type 2 questions, 3 mark each. Starts with question number 15, ends with question number 26. Here, these 12 questions are of 36 marks. And again, you need to attempt any 8 of your choice. So, the section becomes for 24 marks. Okay, and then this is about section D. These are long answer type questions. Each question from this section is of 4 mark. Starts with question number 27, end with question number 31. Among these 5, you are expected to attempt any 3 of your choice. And in that 5 question, as I said earlier, you will find only one numerical, mostly only one numerical of 2 marks. This section with option is of 12 marks and without option it is for 12 marks. So this is given with option 98 marks of paper and here this is without option, that is 70 marks of paper. This is your attempt which is required in your chemistry paper. So this is about weightage to types of question. Now next let us discuss about how to write our paper in 3 hours. So here you are expected to initially go with like previous initial 10 minutes to understand what type of questions are there in the question paper. Read the question paper initially, find out which questions you are finding easily, and decide which you are going to write in your paper. So basically, as I said, section A, it is like compulsory section of 18 mark, contains MCQ and very short type of answers, where you are expected to write your answer in one word, either in one sentence. So 30 minutes are more than enough to complete with section A. Now here the next, when we talk about section B, 2 mark question, total marks are 16. You are expected to write any 8, you are expected to solve any 8 question from given 12. So here I find that 40 minutes are more than enough. If you give 5 minutes to each of the question, then only you will able to easily complete section B in 40 minutes. After that, let us discuss about section C. Here, if you are observing, major time is provided to the section. Here this section is of again 24 marks. These are 3 mark each type of question. Here again, you are expected to attempt any 8 question from the given 12. 60 minutes, it means 1 hour, is more than enough to complete with section A. Here, I would like to tell you one thing, that here the questions are of 3 marks. These 3 marks are mostly get subdivided as 2 plus 1, either 1 plus 1 plus 1. Here the numerical which you find in the section are also comes with the like 2 marks with any definition or any statement. So this is about section C. After that, section D, as you know, among 5 you are expected to write any 3. Your 4 mark question each. So 30 minutes is more than enough to complete with section D. So initial 10 minutes, as I said, just to read the paper, just to decide which questions you find easy, which you are supposed to write in the paper, decide it, and then you start writing your paper. And the remaining 10 minutes, now just again read the paper properly, find out whether you have mentioned each of the question number properly or not. For MCQs, you are expected to go with correct answer with the correct option. So please check whether you have mentioned it as in the expected way. Short answer questions, expected answer is in one word, either in one sentence. Find out whether question numbers in Roman you have mentioned it properly or not. Then try to write all the questions which are there in the question paper. This is very important while attempting your paper. So this is time distribution, time management to write, to complete your paper, 70 mark paper in 3 hours. Now next, these are the general instructions which you will find on your question paper as well. Always remember that HSC board do not allow use of calculator during the examination. You need to solve all the numericals using log table only. So this is very much important. So practice solving numerical with the help of log table only. After that, this is important. Figures to the right indicate full marks. This is very important. Next, as I said for MCQs, for each MCQ, correct answer must be written along with its alphabet. As example, they have given, like in the slide you are observing, if for the specific question you find option A is correct, then mention that option first, write it answer. This is the way how you are expected to attempt for MCQs. And again, one more important thing, only first attempt will be considered for evaluation. So please first confirm the answer. if you find that you are correct, then only write the answer. Do not rewrite it. There you will lose your marks. So first attempt is only considered for the evaluation. So be careful while giving your attempt for MCQs. And always remember this, that to start answer to each section on new page. Whenever you start writing with new section, go with new page. One more thing I would like to add over here, that always write your paper section wise. First you write section A. When you complete with section A, go for section B, then section C, then section D. This help examiner to check your paper properly. So please try to write your paper section wise. Now the next this is about our subject. Which topics you are not expected to skip while studying your chemistry subject? So let us start with the first point. Now in chemistry syllabus, you will find hardly few laws of statement. For example, Henry's law statement is there, Coleridge law statement is there, then Hess's law of heat of submission is there. So hardly like statements of law are there in our chemistry syllabus. There is possibility that you may get question based on laws of statement. So first prepare with statements of law. After that, do not skip doing with definitions. Very much important. In question paper, definitely you will find 5 to 6 definitions. So your 5 to 6 marks are in your hand. Do all the definitions which are there in your syllabus. Many definitions are there. Mostly enthalpy definitions are important. Solution chapter say osmosis, osmotic pressure, isotonic, hypertonic, hypotonic, then reverse osmosis. These definitions are very much important. As well as in organic chemistry, in the chapter of biomolecules, alpha amino acids, then peptide linkage. These are the definitions which are important. So please focus on doing the definition. Do not skip any of the definition, as your 5 to 6 marks are in your hand. So study all the definition and all the laws of statements properly. After that, here definitely doing formulas will help you to solve the numericals, as well as you may find a 1 mark question based on formula. For example, if you are asked to write Arrhenius equation for 1 mark, so you like that formula will give you 1 mark. Either you may find a formula, a numerical based on that formula. So doing formula will definitely help you to gain your marks. After that, units are very much important when you go with numericals. Okay, when you solve numerical properly and you forget to write unit, you lose your half mark. So here units are very much important. Study all the new like units which are there with the formulas. So this is important. After that, mathematical equation. So for example, mostly here in the mathematical equation, you get 1 mark question in section A, question number 2, either in section B, C, D, anywhere you get. So mathematical equation, it means what? Now in the chapter of ionic equilibria, we have Henderson-Hasselbalch equations. And so Henderson-Hasselbalch equation for acidic buffer, basic buffer, these are the mathematical equations which are expected you to learn. So this is important. See, always study for like 1 mark. These are definitely there in your question paper. So do not skip doing with these type of questions. After that, next, distinguishing question, compulsory question, definitely one question of distinguish between you will find in your paper. Okay, quite easy questions are there in our syllabus. Starts with very first chapter, solid state, that is to distinguish in between crystalline solids and amorphous solid. After that, SN1, SN2 is there, then lanthanides, actinides are there. So many like very few questions with respect to distinguish between are there in the syllabus. So do not skip any of the question related to distinguish. After that, next, yes, this is again compulsory. You may get asked to write applications, either uses, either functions for 1 mark. Mostly these questions you find for 1 mark. So these are very short answer type of question. Do not skip, read textbook properly. Wherever applications are given, uses are given, functions are given, at least try to do 2 points of each of these. This will definitely help you to score better. Then advantages and disadvantages, very much important again. This type of question you may get asked for 2 marks, either for 1 mark. If you are asked for 2 mark, expected points are 4, and for 1 mark you're expected to write any 2 points. Similar here as well, application uses function. If it is asked for 1 mark, you're expected to go with only 2 points. So do not keep doing with advantages, disadvantages. In the like last chapter, green chemistry, there are the advantages and disadvantages of nanotechnologies asked. So do not keep doing with the advantages and disadvantages wherever you find in our syllabus. Then again, very important, features, postulate, conditions. Conditions are mostly in chemical thermodynamics. Features, postulates are there in coordination chemistry. So do not keep doing with such topics. These are going to like help you to score better. Again, such questions can be asked for 2 marks, either for 1 mark. As I said, if it is asked for 2 mark, any 4 points you are expected to write. If it is asked for 2 mark, like 1 mark, you are expected to go with any 2 points. Okay. Then very important here. These are the derivations which are in our physical chemistry syllabus. So very few derivations are there in the syllabus with each of the chapter. Solid state you have few derivations, after that solutions, then next is ionic equilibria, chemical thermodynamic, chemical kinetics. These are the chapters where you will find derivation. Keep this in mind that definitely in your question paper you will find 2 to 3 derivations. So your 4 to 5, 4 to 6 marks are in your hand. So do not skip any of the derivation which is there in the syllabus. This is very much important. Then go with the give reason type of question. Now, give reason type of question mostly asked on the chapters of transition, inner transition. After that, groups 16, 17, 18. Then amines chapter is there. So these are the specific chapters where mostly you find give reason type of questions. Then writing a short note. This is the question mostly asked with the name reactions. Name reactions means the reaction which is with the name of the scientist. So this is mostly asked in the case of organic chemistry. After that, again very much important, if you refer to previous 5 to 6 year of question paper, you will definitely find 2 mark of neat and label diagram which belongs to electrochemistry. So do not skip any of the diagrammatical representation given in the chapter electrochemistry. Study all the diagrammatical representation, try to remember their labeling. This is like definitely there is a chance you may get such type of question in your paper. So do not keep doing with this diagrams in the chapter of electrochemistry. Then again, now again, if you go with the previous year question paper. Nowadays, mostly numericals are textbook based only. So do not skip any of the solved numerical from the textbook, as well as practice for unsolved numericals which are text back numericals. So do not skip doing with the numericals which are there in your textbook. After that, again, very much important, those who find chemistry very much difficult, at least go with the name reaction. Do not skip any of the name reaction. Hardly 20 to 25 name reactions are there in the syllabus. So try to study all the name reaction at least. Here, most of the organic questions are based on name reaction only. So try to study, practice all the name reaction. Just what effort you are expected to take here in the case of name reaction, go with writing practice. Okay, then only you will able to remember the name reaction. Fine. So these are the important notes with our chemistry syllabus. Okay, now which points you have to focus before starting with your paper? So always use black or blue ball pen to write your paper. Do not go with ink pen. Write your paper with blue or black ball pen only. Next, write all the question numbers. As I said, though 12 questions are given in section B, 12 questions are given in section C, and five questions are there in section D, and you are giving your attempt and three only. Try to write all the question numbers in your in your answer sheet. Why it is so? If any error is there in the question paper, you will get a credit mark for that question. That's why this will this is very much important that you are expected to write all the question numbers in your answer sheet. Fine. After that, all the reactions of the chemistry, organic chemistry, write with the pen. Do not write any of the reaction with the pencil. You will not get mark when you will write it with the pencil. So writing reaction with the pen is compulsory. If, as I said, diagrammatical representation is asked, as I said, electrochemistry chapter, there you are expected to draw that diagram using pencil only. Do the labeling with pencil only. So this is like pencil to be used in the case of diagrams only. Do not write any reaction with the pencil, compulsorily with the pen. After that, when you write chemical reaction, this is very much important. Check valency of carbon atom. As you know, it is 4. When you write chemical reaction, first count valency of that carbon atom. Okay, because in a stress sometimes you miss out writing the valency properly, and there you lose your mark. One more thing, when you draw structure for benzene, alternative carbon carbon double bond is important. Okay, so these are the things which you need to remember. You are expected to write properly, otherwise sometimes what happens, you miss out the balance. You write reaction properly, you write all the reagents required in the reaction properly, but you miss out proper valency, there you lose your marks. Similar in the case of benzene, you miss out writing that alternative double bond, and instead of benzene it becomes cyclohexane. So this is the difference. That's why write valency properly for the carbon atom. After that, as I said earlier, that you need to solve all the numericals using log table only to get proper answer. Okay, so if proper answer is required, logbook is compulsory. So logbook use is very much important. Practice with the logbook is very much important. So as I said, textbook, solve numericals and unsolved numerical. Practice all that numericals, solving all that numericals using logbook only. Then present all the answers step by step. Do not write any of the answer in a paragraph. Try to write all the answers in steps. This is again important because examiner will just read the keywords which you have mentioned in the steps. So writing answer in the stepwise definitely give you good score. So this is important. After that, in the reactions, you are expected to write name of the product formed. But if you are sure, then only you write. If you are not sure with the name of that product form in the reaction, do not write the name. But try to write the name. It is definitely going to help you in the questions like identify A, B, C. If you are asked the question in organic chemistry like identify A, B, C, then in that case, you are expected to write that structure of A with the name, structure of B with the name, structure of C with the name. So writing names of the product is very much important. After that, when you solve derivation, please solve it in a steps. Try to solve that derivation always in a step, and try to give step numbers to that derivation. So examiner will also easily able to understand that how you have solved and how you reach to the final answer. Okay, now this is again very much important. This is related to our polymer chemistry chapter. Now, as you know, this is about polymers. So, polymers are formed from the n numbers of monomer. So, writing n numbers of monomer to the reactant side as well as writing n to the product side is very much important. So keep this in mind. If you forget to write that n, it indicates that number of monomers involved. That's why you get polymers. So that n is important. If you forget to write this n, you will lose your full marks to that of that reaction. Fine. And as I said, you need to write all the answers in stepwise. With that, if you underline the keywords of that points, it will help you help examiner to understand whether you are correct or wrong. So underline to the keywords is very much important again. So these are the points which you are expected to focus. Now the next, let us go with chapter wise. Here, which are the topics with the specific chapter which you are expected to complete, which you are not expected to skip? Let us understand that. Let us start with chapter number 1. So this is our solid state chapter, which comes under physical chemistry. These are the points which you are not expected to skip from the chapter. So very first, distinguish between crystalline and amorphous solid mostly comes for 2 marks. So here this is very much important. Do not skip doing with at least 4 points to distinguish between crystalline solids and amorphous solid. The very first derivation of the chapter is the relationship between molar mass density of the substance and unit cell age length. Now here, why not to skip the topic? As I said, this comes for as a derivation for 2 marks. Either you get numerical of 2 marks. So doing with the derivation will help you if the question is asked as derivation to score marks, as well as if you are asked to solve the numerical based on it. So do not skip this derivation. Then all the packing efficiency calculations which are given with simple cubic lattice, body centered cubic lattice and face center cubic lattice. So here this can be asked in the mathematical form, like to solve to find out the packing efficiency for SCC, BCC or FCC. Either you may get asked 1 mark of question that what is the packing efficiency for simple cubic lattice, body center cubic lattice, face center cubic lattice. Yeah, what are the voids for all these 3? So 1 mark question, either 2 mark question can be asked on the topic which is there on the screen. After that, very important from the chapter, do not skip doing all the point defects. So all the point defects with the chapter solid state are very much important. In that, again, Scotty defect and Frenkel defect is very much important. For both of these, you are also given with the conditions which are required for formation of that defects, as well as what are the consequences of these defects. You may get asked to distinguish both of these. So any type of question can be framed on the point defect. So these are the points which you are not supposed to skip in chapter number 1. Let us go with chapter number 2. This is our chapter number 2. Here, this is with the solutions. Now again, very much important and quite easy chapter of the physical chemistry. With the derivation, there is a possibility that you may get derivation from this chapter. It starts with this statement, Henry's law statement is there, which mostly comes as to write a statement of Henry's law. Either you get a question to write the unit for Henry's constant. So in any way, 1 mark question can be asked on the Henry's law. Then Raoult's law is there. For 1 mark, you can be asked to write a statement of Raoult's law. Then there are many definitions in the chapter. Colligative property definition is there. After that, what is elevation of boiling point is there, what is depression of freezing point is there, what is lowering of vapor pressure is there. After that, what is the osmotic pressure, what is osmosis, what is reverse osmosis, what is the condition required for reverse osmosis. Then there are main important, like very important definitions of the chapter: isotonic, hypertonic and hypotonic solutions. Okay, so do not skip any of the definition as well. As I said, derivations के लिए भी chapter बहुत important है. So what are the derivations in the chapter? Are the molar mass of solute from vapor pressure. After that, molar mass of solute from the boiling point elevation. Then molar mass of solute from the freezing point depression. Osmotic, yes, molar mass of the solute from osmotic pressure. And the last derivation of the chapter is relation between Ventov factor and degree of dissociation. So do not skip any of the derivation from the chapter. As I said, there is a possibility that one of the derivation you may find from this chapter. Okay, so do all the derivation, go with writing practice, then only you will able to understand how to solve that derivation, which steps are important while writing the derivation. Got it? Okay, let us go with the next slide. Okay, chapter number 3. Again, quite easy chapter of the syllabus, that is ionic equilibria. So easy to complete with the chapter. Starts with acid-base definitions. It is given with the Arrhenius theory, then given with Bronsted-Lowry theory, then Lewis theory. So for all these three, you are given with acid-base. Now, you may get asked, like I think in the previous year, the question is asked based on acid-base definition, considering Arrhenius, Bronsted as well as Lewis. So like learn all the definitions with all the three concepts. Then important derivations of the chapter are Ostwald dilution law for weak acid and weak bases. Quite easy derivation. If you understand like Ostwald dilution law for weak acid, writing of weak base is again quite easy. Just the difference in between these two: weak acids indicated by Ka, weak bases are indicated by Kb. This is only the difference in both of the derivations. So practice for these two derivations. Then next important derivation of the chapter is autoionization of water, that is Kw is equal to concentration of H3O plus into concentration of OH minus ion. So this is again important derivation as it helps to solve the derivation, that is relationship between pH plus pOH. As you know, it is nothing but pH plus pOH is equal to 14. So do not skip any of these. After that, for 1 mark, mostly question from the chapter comes on types of buffer solution and their properties. Okay, so here acid, like definition of buffer solution first, then definition of acidic buffer is given, then definition of basic buffer, and with the properties of the buffer solution. With that, you are also given with Henderson-Hasselbalch equation for acidic buffer and basic buffer. So do not skip doing with the buffer solution topic. Then next are the conditions for precipitation. 3 conditions are given there. With that, one more important definition is there from the chapter, that is common ion effect. Yes, so study common ion effect definition as well. 1 mark question or give reason question you may find on this topic. So this is about ionic equilibrium. Now the next chapter, as I said earlier, which is with the most weightage, that is chapter number 4. chemical thermodynamics. Now again the chapter is full of definition. All the numericals, type of numericals are also important. Many derivations are also there in the chapter, as well as few of the mathematical equation are given in the chapter with the condition. Mostly for the conditions question are asked whether it is positive, whether it is negative, reaction is spontaneous or reaction is non-spontaneous. So for the condition type of questions, this chapter is very much important. Let us go with the chapter. Now here it starts with the very first derivation, that is pressure volume type of work, can be asked for 2 mark. Very important derivation of the chapter, that is maximum work done. This question you may get for 3 mark directly, as it is a lengthy derivation. So this is the second derivation from the chapter. Then again very much important question, that is the various processes with the first law of thermodynamics. Now here this is very much important. Mostly if you go with the previous year question paper, you will find this question in the question paper for 1 mark. So generally they ask for either isobaric, isochoric, after that isothermal, and then adiabatic processes. So these are the 4 processes for which you may ask to write for like mathematical equation considering first law of thermodynamics. So do not skip doing with this topic. Then all the enthalpy derivation, generally enthalpy derivation comes in the question paper, so do it properly, go with the writing practice. Then relationship between delta H and delta U comes under the enthalpy derivation. Work done again comes under the enthalpy derivation. After that, here with this enthalpy derivation, definitions are also given. So do not skip doing any of the enthalpy definition, which definitely will be there in the paper at least for 1 to 2 marks. So do not skip doing with the enthalpy definitions. After that, this is a statement, generally comes for 2 marks, as the question mostly framed as to state Hess law of constant heat summation with proper example. So you need to explain it considering the example. Next is the relationship between delta G and delta S for 2 marks, and Gibbs function and equilibrium constant again for 2 marks. With this, all derivation numericals are also important. Do not keep doing any of the textbook numerical. Practice for it. Mostly numericals based on work done. After that, enthalpy, heat of the reaction comes in the paper. Okay, as well as entropy numerical for 1 mark comes into the paper. So these are the topics which you are not expected to skip considering chemical thermodynamics. Let us go with the next. Now the next chapter is yes, electrochemistry, chapter number 5. Again, like easy chapter only, as I said, mostly diagrams come from the chapter. Here again, chapter starts with the statement. Here, this is Kohlrausch law, which mostly comes for 1 mark. Either you get 1 mark numerical in MCQs, either in section B, C, D, anywhere, for based on the Kohlrausch law of independent migration of ions. Then, as I said, all the diagrammatical representation. Here, the first diagram for salt bridge. Salt bridge writing of functions generally comes for 1 mark. So do not keep doing with the functions of salt bridge. Then next diagram can be of standard hydrogen electrode. Then can be of dry cell. Lead accumulator is there, and H2O2 fuel cell is there. In between, one equation is given in the chapter, that is Gibbs energy of cell reaction and cell potential. So mostly 1 mark numerical comes from this chapter in the MCQs, either into the very short type of answers. So doing with small numericals of this chapter will definitely help you to score in section A. So this is important. Okay, after that, diagrammatical representation is easy. With that, here it is not mentioned, but a writing of complete cell reaction can be asked for 1 mark. For example, writing of complete cell reaction considering standard hydrogen electrode can be asked for 1 mark in section A, either in B, C, D, anywhere. Okay, so at least if you are not able to remember all the half cell reactions at cathode and anode related with each of the cell, try to do with the diagrammatical representation of the cells given, as well as try to remember the or practice for complete cell reaction and the representation of the given cells. Fine. So this is with the chapter number 5, that is electrochemistry. Now chapter number 6, again easy chapter and full of derivation. Mostly derivation question comes from this chapter. So here again with the derivation, definitions are also important from the chapter. The very the mostly asked definition from the chapter is pseudo first order, okay, half life, then integrated rate law, first order, okay, order of reaction. So these are generally asked reaction like definitions from the chapter. So these are the topics which you are not supposed to skip from the chapter. Let us start with it. So rate law definition is quite easy. With that, you may ask to write a rate law for the given specific reaction, can be asked for 1 mark. Then order of reaction definition is very much important. Either you may get asked to find out the order or molecularity for the given reaction. You will find one reaction in the question paper, and the question can be to find out the order and molecularity for the given reaction, as well as on the basis of order and molecularity distinguish question, which is mostly asked, like distinguish between order and molecularity. So in the textbook 3 points are given, so learn that all the 3 points properly. Question can be asked for 1 mark. After that, as I said, all the derivation. So here the derivations are integrated rate law for first order, half life and rate constant of first order, integrated rate law for gas phase, integrated rate law for zero order. After that, one more derivation is there, that is with the Arrhenius equation, comes with the determination of activation energy. With all the derivation, you will find numerical from the chapter. Okay, half life, numerical based on half life is important. The question can be asked for 1 mark, so focus on it. After that, Arrhenius equation numerical is also important, so focus this chapter considering definitions, derivations and the numericals. Solve all the numericals which are given there in the textbook. So this is about chemical kinetic. Let us go with the next page. This is about chapter number 7, which is most weightage chapter, very lengthy chapter of the syllabus. So those who find this chapter very much difficult, they can go with only the given topics. At least for that topics, you will score better if the question is asked. This is elements of group 16, 17 and 18 with the weightage of 8 marks. So, which topics you are not expected to skip from the chapter are anomalous behavior of oxygen and anomalous behavior of fluorine. After that, all the structures of oxoacids of sulfur, oxoacids of halogens. Fine. Then there is the classification given for simple oxides. Mostly the 2 mark question comes on this classification. Then 1 mark question generally comes in the board's paper, that are the uses of helium, neon or the argon in any of the section. Not in section A, but you may find in section B, C, D to write uses of helium, neon and argon. So if you find chapter very much difficult, as it is more theoretical, comes in inorganic, then at least do not keep doing with this. Okay, with this I would like to add one more topic for the chapter, that is interhalogen compounds. So do not skip this topic as well from chapter number 7, interhalogen compounds. Study this properly. Here again, definition is given for the interhalogen compounds, and overall the topic is important. Do not skip doing with this topic from chapter number 7. Let us discuss about chapter number 8. This is your transition and inner transition chapter. Again, with the weightage of 8 marks with option. Here, the very important and the very easy topic is the lanthanide and actinide difference and similarities. Then lanthanide contraction, mostly asked question. With this, you can go with the general electronic configuration of all the 4 series of D block elements. 1 mark question can be framed on this. Okay, then what are the criteria for the compounds to be colored? Only 4 points are given in the textbook with respect to the criteria for the compound to be colored. Read that points properly. That is with respect, like considering the unpaired number of electron, DD transition is there, geometry of the like complex is there. So these points are there which are related to the compound to be colored. Generally, give reason question comes on the basis of this topic. So do not keep doing with this. After that, different methods of metallurgy. Generally, 2 mark question comes that what are the different method? Explain any one or any two of the methods from the given. So this is about chapter number 8. That is transition and inner transition element. Let us go with the next. This is your next chapter, chapter number 9. This is coordination compound. Again, easy chapter. Okay. From the coordination compound, mostly you get a definition of ligand. What are the ligands? What is the classification of ligands? Then classification on the basis of charge on the complexes. So these are mostly like 2 mark question can be asked from the chapter. Werner theory coordination complex is important. Postulates for the Werner theory is given. Generally comes for 2 marks. After that, IUPAC is given for the coordination complexes. Do it properly. 1 mark question can be asked in section A, either in BCD from the IUPAC. After that, this is very important. Do not skip doing effective atomic calculation of effective atomic number. This mostly like previous 5-6 year question paper, if you refer, you will find this question everywhere in any of the section for 1 mark. Then structural isomerism under the types of isomerism is very much important. So if you find difficult to cope up with all the types of structures given, like isomerism, types of isomerism given in the chapter, at least go with structural isomerism. Question can be asked like to write a short note or identify which type of isomerism is present in the given formula, in the given complex. Okay, this is about chapter number 9. Now from 9, I am directly moving towards chapter number 14. As in between we have a chapters of organic chemistry. We will discuss it later into the next slide. So this is about chapter number 14. This is nothing but the biomolecules. Okay. Now biomolecules is actually a easy chapter. Okay, if you are having more interest in the subject of biology, definitely you will find this chapter like easy. But if you find this difficult, then at least do not skip doing with the preparation of glucose from sucrose, as well as preparation of glucose from starch. With that, few more topics are there in the chapter, that like few reactions with the glucose are given. That is action of HI, action of ammonium hydroxide, then Br2. Some reactions are given. Do not skip doing with the reaction. With that, many definitions are there in the chapter. So do not skip any of the definition from the chapter biomolecule. This is about biomolecules. Okay. After that, let us go with chapter number 15. This is our polymer chemistry. Now, with the weightage of 4 mark, definitely you will find a question based on the formation of any of the polymer. So The question can be to write a preparation reaction for the given polymer. Either you will be asked to write a monomer, its structure for the given one. Like for if you are asked to write a monomer used for the Teflon, then the question can be framed as to write like a name of the monomer and structure of the monomer used in the preparation of Teflon, either in the polyacrylonitrile, either in the nylon 6, nylon 6,6, anything, either in the polyester. So for any of the polymer, you can be asked a direct preparation reaction, either to write the structure and name of the polymer. Okay, with that, all the classification, different types of classifications are given in the chapter in the starting only. Do not skip doing that. Okay, with that, many definitions are associated: thermosetting type of polymer, thermo plastic type of polymer, elastomers are there, fibers are there. So few definitions are associated with the chapter. So do not skip any of the definition as well as the preparation reactions of this chapter. Okay, now let us go with the next slide. So here, this is about chapter number 16. Again with the weightage of 4 marks. Here, mostly you are asked to write the definitions, 1 mark definition. It can be a definition of green chemistry, can be a definition of nanotechnology, can be of nanomaterial, nanochemistry. Any definition can be asked. With that, you can be asked to write the advantages and disadvantages of nanoparticles and nanotechnology. So, the chapter is important and quite easy to study. So do not skip doing with these points, at least with the chapter. Now, let us come to the organic chemistry. Now, all these four, chapter number 10, that is halogen derivatives. Chapter number 11, alcohol, phenols and ethers. Chapter number 12 is with the aldehyde, ketones and carboxylic acid. And chapter number 13 is amines. These belongs to organic chemistry. Now, I know many students find organic chemistry very difficult as you are lacking with the writing practice. So you find it difficult. If you enjoy doing with the writing practice, writing chemical reaction, definitely you will find organic chemistry easy. But now this is not the time to cope up with whole the syllabus related with the organic chemistry. So at least do not skip the given which is there on the like in the slide. At least cope up with these points. Definitely you will able to give good attempt in the organic chemistry as well. So let us start with chapter 10. This is halogen derivatives. Now, one common thing I want to tell you that in all the chapters, definitely you will find electrophilic substitution reactions. Okay, that are halogenation, nitration, sulfonation, Friedel-Crafts alkylation, Friedel-Crafts acylation. So these electrophilic substitution reactions are there in each of the chapter. So do not keep doing with electrophilic substitution reaction under the organic chemistry. There is possibility and mostly question from electrophilic substitution reaction comes in the paper. So do not keep doing with this reaction. So with the chapter number 10 halogen derivative, this is table number 10.3 given with the nucleophilic substitution reaction of alkyl halide. 9 to 10 reactions are there. Nucleophilic substitution reaction, that is table number 10.3 from the textbook of chemistry. Do not skip doing this. 1 mark question generally comes from this. So, and the reaction are one step only and quite easy. Okay, so these are all nucleophilic substitution reaction. After that, as I said, electrophilic substitution reaction. All these electrophilic substitution reaction in chapter number 10 are given with chlorobenzene. Okay, so that are halogenation, it means action of halogen. Cl2 action is given there. Nitration, it means action of concentrated HNO3 and concentrated H2SO4 is given there. Then sulfonation, this is action of concentrated H2SO4 is given here on the chlorobenzene. Next is Friedel-Crafts reaction. Can be Friedel-Crafts alkylation, can be Friedel-Crafts acylation. If alkylation is there, then action of alkyl halide is given, and acylation is there, then acyl halide is given there. So at least try to do with this. After that, few name reactions are involved in the chapter, Schwarz reaction is there, Finkelstein is there, Wurtz reaction is there, Wurtz fitting is there, fitting is there. So at least focus on this. Grignard reagent is given in this chapter. Do not skip at least with the name reactions and the points which you are observing on the slide. Then let us go with chapter number 11, alcohols, phenols, and ethers. Again, as I said, not to skip with electrophilic substitution reactions. So for the reactions of phenol, you are given with halogenation, nitration, and sulfonation. And then all the reactions of anisole, again the electrophilic substitution, halogenation, Friedel-Crafts, alkylation, acylation, and nitration. At least do with this. Again, the chapter is with the name reaction. Try to practice for the name reaction. Definitely you will able to write it in the paper if you are doing with the writing practice. Okay, then chapter number 2 is aldehydes, ketones, and carboxylic acid. Again, as I said, here the only one electrophilic substitution reaction is given, that is nitration of benzaldehyde. All other are nucleophilic addition elimination reaction of aldehyde and ketones with ammonia derivative. Mostly 1 mark question comes from this table, that is 12.7. So do not keep doing with table 12.7. As I said earlier, study for 1 mark. Definitely it will help you to score better. Okay, after that, chapter number 13 is quite different than 10, 11, and 12. This is about amines, all the derivatives of ammonia, and the reactions are given. Again, bromination, nitration, and sulfonation, all the 3 reactions are important. After that, here the Hoffman reaction is given, then carbylamine test is given, diazotization reaction is there, which is important rather than this. After that, there are reactions with Heisenberg reagent are given. So do not keep doing with this topic. With all these, you are not expected to skip any of the definitions, statement of laws, solve numericals from the textbook. So study for at least this topic. These topics are definitely help you to score better. So I hope you understand that which topic at least you are not supposed to skip from the syllabus. Let us go with the next. Yes, so this is sample paper of like 2025. If you are observing, the paper was on 20th February 2025. This is the date of the paper of 2025. So as I said, all the general instructions are given on the very first page of the question paper. In first 10 minutes, read out all the general instruction. As all the instructions I have already explained, that section A, 1 mark question, MCQs, very short type. Section B, question 3 to question number 14, attempt any 8, 2 mark question. Section C, question number 15 to question number 26, 3 mark question, again attempt any 8. Section D, 27 to 31, 5 questions are there, any 3 to write, 4 mark question. Then use of log table and figures to the right indicates full mark. I have already explained you this, but again, as I said, before starting with the paper writing, read out all the general instructions given on the question paper. Now, from the last year, you also find all the expected values to solve the numericals. Gas constant value is given, atomic mass for sodium is given, then Kf value is given for the water, 1 Faraday value is given, then Avogadro's number value is given. These values are important to solve with the numericals. So values are also given in the instruction part. Then this is with section A. This is question number 1. MCQs. So as I said earlier, this comes for 10 mark. Now, for the given question, you are expected to write correct option with the correct answer. So all the very first thing, observe the question paper properly. All the questions are given with Roman number. Means you are expected to write that question number in Roman. Then your correct option can be A, B, C, D indicated in small letter, and then the correct answer. Okay. So remember this. As question numbers are mentioned in the question paper, you are expected to write the same. This is with MCQs. Then the next, this is your question number 2. Answer the following, very short type of question. As I said, 8 questions are there, 1 to 8. Again, all the questions are indicated in Roman numbers, so you are expected to write the same. All question numbers in the Roman number only. And if you are observing to the question, mostly they have asked such a question where the answer is one word or hardly a one sentence. For organic chemistry, mostly they ask you to complete the reaction. What is the action? What is the chemical reaction? Such type of like questions are asked. So see here they have asked like write a balanced chemical equation. So balanced chemical equation, it means you need to write the equation. Here see IUPAC name of isoprene is asked. Then again, what can be a reagent used? Only the reagent is asked. Then you are not expected to write a complete reaction for claims and deduction. Only write the reagent. Then structural formula for N dimethylamine is asked. Okay, condition as I said here. What is the effect of increase in concentration? Then number of donor atoms in EDTA, coordination compound. Then names of the metal elements in brass alloy is asked. So these all questions are giving you answer in one word, either in one sentence. Fine. Now here this is the numerical. You are expected to find out the molarity. M value find out karna hai. So you need not to solve that numerical. You just have to write the answer with the proper unit. If like unit is wrong, then only you will lose your mark. So you need to write answer with the proper unit for such type of questions. Okay. Then this is section B. As I said, from 12, you need to attempt any 8. See, this is the derivation, very first question. Statement is there, definition is there. As I said earlier, these are the common type of question which you will find in the question paper. Next is difference, distinguish between. So if you are studying considering the key points, then definitely you will score better. As I always say that study for one mark, then it helps you better to score good marks. Next is here. See the anomalous behavior is asked. All the important topics which I like discussed with you, the like questions based on that topics are there in the question paper. Okay. Here the question for calculation of work done is asked. As I said, instead of derivation, you can be asked to calculate the work done value. So you know the equation. You just have to put the values in the equation and to find out the work done here. Okay, here ionization, isomer, coordination chemistry question is asked. See the reaction of the preparation of glucose from sucrose is there. Okay, as I said, two numericals mostly you find in the section B. So this is your numerical 1. Then here this is numerical number 2. Okay, after that, see identify A and B question is asked. Here how the answer is expected, write complete reaction. What is how the question is asked? Identify A and B in the following reaction and rewrite the complete reaction. It means you need to write the complete reaction first with A and B, then down A is equal to product, B is equal to product. And if you are confident with the names, you can write the name of products as well. Fine. Mostly in the organic chemistry, the questions are asked as what is the action of, write the preparation reaction for. Now see, these are the name reactions. This is Rosenmund reduction reaction. This is Gatterman-Koch formulation reaction. Okay. So this is electrophilic substitution. Anisole reaction is given. This is about section C. Again, from 12, you need to attempt any 8. Okay. So definition, many definitions are there here. See, definition of conjugate acid base is asked, atom economy is asked, peptide bond is asked here. Okay. So doing definition will help you to score at least 5 to 6 marks. EAN question is also there. Fine. Then with yes, one more question I forgot to elaborate earlier. That is to calculate spin only magnetic quantum number for the given specific ion. This is again important question for 1 mark. Mostly you will find this question in the paper. So do not keep doing with spin only magnetic moment value for the given ion. So this is your section C. As I said, these 3 marks can be subdivided as 2 plus 1, as 1 plus 1 plus 1, either directly 3 mark. Okay, so see here, this question number 19, this is 1 mark, this is 1 mark, and this is again 1 mark. So 3 marks are subdivided as 1 plus 1 plus 1. Here, if you are observing to question number 17, definition is asked for 1 mark. Explain any two application for 2 marks. Okay, so 3 marks can be divided as 1 plus 1 plus 1, either 2 plus 1, either can be asked direct 3 mark of question. Okay. See, observe here. Again, this is right chemical equation involved in. This is 3 mark question only. 2 questions are here. With that, write a reducing agent 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark. So subdivided into 1, 1, 1, 1. Here, definition of zero order is asked with the identification of intermediate and writing of overall reaction. So mostly if you are observing to the question, questions are subdivided as 2 plus 1, either 1 plus 1 plus 1. Let us go with section D. Here you are expected to attempt 3 from the given 5. Never you will find any question of 4 mark directly here in the section, and mostly 2 mark numerical comes in the section. This section mostly subdivided as 2 plus 2, either 3 plus 1, either 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So here if you are observing to the question number 27, one numerical of 2 mark is asked, and then derivation is asked for 2 mark. So this is about 4 marks. Then next, if you are observing to question number 28, again see common ion effect is asked with the example. Here what is asked? State whether entropy change is positive or negative. As I said, with the chemical thermodynamics, mostly condition based questions can be asked. Now here it is asked as entropy change can be positive or negative. Instead of this, you can be asked whether the reaction is spontaneous or non-spontaneous. So conditions of the chapter, like in the chapter given, are very much important. So this is about question number 28. 29, as I said, mostly you will find a diagrammatical representation from the chapter electrochemistry. That is lead accumulator is asked over here for 2 marks. With that, write the overall reaction taking place at the cathode and anode during the discharge of the cell. So with the same cell, they have also asked you to write the cathode and anode reaction for 2 marks. 2 marks for diagrammatical representation, 2 marks for writing reaction of at the cathode anode. Cathode 1 mark, anode 1 mark. Okay. Look at the question number 13. 1 mark definition is asked. Then again 1 mark question here it is asked as which color is shown by NaCl crystal due to the formation of F center, and then the 2 mark question is asked that why fluorine shows anomalous behavior. I have earlier explained you that anomalous behavior of the fluorine is important. So the question is asked for 2 mark over here. Look at question number 31. See, features are asked for SN2 mechanism, and then 2 reactions. This is like bromomethane with the bromobenzene and mercurous chloride. Here this is for 2 marks, and again here this is for 2 marks. So mostly we are finding bifurcation of 4 as 3 plus 1, either 2 plus 2, either 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So this is a sample question paper which was of February 2025. So the paper pattern mostly will remain same. Let's just focus on the topics which I have elaborated you. You will definitely score good with that. Now, this is the textbook of the chemistry from which you are expected to study. Focus more on the textbook. You will find all the answers in the textbook, all the derivations, stepwise derivations, all the chemical reactions are properly given in the textbook. So instead of referring to the other study material, please focus on the textbook given by Maharashtra State Board. Then, now the next. Yes, now these score booster books for MHT CET are definitely help you to score better in your competitive examination, that is MST CET. Now here books are given for physics, chemistry and mathematics. Here what are the features of this, that these books contains MHT CET papers with the solution of all online slots for PCM and PCB group. With that, questions with the solution on newly introduced topics from MHT CET 2025 are also introduced into these books. With that, 5 online full syllabus tests with the solution and performance and analysis are also with given with the score booster books. So these are the most recommended books by the toppers. Please focus on this as well. This will help you to score better in your MHT CET attempt as well. Finally, I would like to wish you all the very best for your coming HSC board examination. Whatever I have explained you, remember it, try to refer it. As I said, for the derivation, for the reaction, for the numerical, go with the writing practice, which will definitely help you to understand that derivation, reaction, numerical, because of which you will score better. And focus on scoring 1 mark. Okay, at least do not skip the points which I have elaborated you. And all the best, everyone. Thank you.